When I first saw the anime intro of Star Fox Zero, it I was blown away. Of course, it didn't remind me of Star Fox per se because I never played the Star Fox series, but it reminds me of a different franchise, Star Wars. There, what was that? Star Wars, but since my family was grown up to the Star Wars series and I watched a little bit of it, I was totally hooked to the series. Of course, there is Star Trek, but another topic for another time. Of course, could just do the review by myself, but I feel like it would be much more better to do it with someone who knows a lot more about Star Fox than I do. Meet the one and only Circuit Toshikyo. Take it away.
こんにちは。私は坂俊樹くん、はじめまして。Welcome, welcome.
Without further ado, let's start with the review. This is Jeremiah from Jamfrog 35, and this is Circuit Toshikyo. We are reviewing Star Fox Zero. It's jamming time.
The story begins with Star Fox crew just taking a vacation from the adventures. When all of a sudden, the General of the Galactic Federation, General Pepper, called in and began to attack the Lilac system as soon as the entire world.
Without a second thought, the Star Fox crew, within lines with the elderly peppy hair, the technician Slippy Toad, a hotshot flyer Falcon Lombardi, and the leader of the crew, and the only character you're going to be playing as, Fox Mixcloud, takes action and stops Andros once and for all. Wait a second, isn't this the same exact story plot from Star Fox 64?
Yep.
They're doing it again? Why?
Well, since it has been 10 years after Assault, it was quite been salty. And honestly, I didn't know. I don't know how they could top that off. They wanted to make a game for fans, but at the same time, bring the new ones in. So they decided to make a whole new reboot.
Well, I suppose a reboot is fine and all. At the same time, however, it's just the same repeat story of Star Fox 64. Then again, Nintendo seems to do that with Super Mario Brothers these days, so I'm not really surprised. I I'm really glad that Nintendo finally got them out of their comfort zone and decided to try new elements for the storytelling in the Switch. I really wish they'd do the same treatment for Star Fox someday. Maybe in 2019, maybe 2020, who knows?
Time will tell, man. Time will tell. To control 3 different vehicles: the Army, the tank, and the gyrocopter. You use the right analog stick to steer the ship, the left and analog to do the backflips and barrel rolls. No barrel roll. Roll. A corner elimination to game theory with the tank and the arrow wing. Then the chopper. Oh, that should be a good part.
Okay.
The tank and the arrow wing with the chopper. It just allows the hiatus you as well as speed up or slow down. Deflect to either deflect or get behind enemy ships. Whatever. Though, if you want a simple solution, just hold down the R trigger and could've, that's me, it's not the script, would unleash a homing shot towards your enemies. However, the catch is you have to aim with your target at your opponent. Aim your target and you will win. And how to do it is gyro control.
Okay. Yeah, they wanted to remind you that this is a Wii U game, and it kind of works. You can move your Wii U up. Kind of. It's tomato. Well, it kind of works. It makes you feel like you're in the vehicle, but also gives it, while it makes you feel like you're in the vehicle, it also gives you 2 different view sets: corridor mode and pilot mode. It seems fine on paper, but oh boy, the execution is 50-50. When it's all corridor mode, it's easier to just use the TV screen, unless you want to get precision shots, then you use the gamepad. But with all range mode, it's a mixed bag. You need the TV screen to see around you, but are not able to aim well if you are looking at the TV screen, while the gamepad is good for precision aiming, but bad when it comes down to paying attention to what's around you. This is a constant looking at the TV screen to gamepad to TV screen to gamepad, and it feels like it's a constant tug of war. And while I know you can avert your aim by pressing Y, the divine focus can sometimes get you off guard when you have 2 screens.
Technically, some people can play 2 ways.
Yeah.
They can just look down at the plain view, and they can look up if they want. They can just do both ways.
Well, Circuit, I would probably believe you, but there is one problem with that, because you need to use both screens at once. You need to use the screen for dropping the AI so that they could like hack, or to use the AI to drop bombs, or you need the gyro controls and the Wii U screen for precision aiming, and especially fighting against Andros. I'm not saying that.
That is where multiplayer will come in, where one takes the piloting, and the other takes the weaponry, and that is where war comes in. It makes things interesting, to say for the least. When you are playing with friends, it helps to learn to play correctly, and helps with learning to work as a team. If you don't troll your friends, or if I do, or if you don't cooperate very well, that is.
Hey, I tried.
The problem is, limited sight, first person view. If you are using the gamepad, you are probably going to be firing most of the time, while the person on the Pro Controller or Wii Nunchuck are going to be flying in style. And if you have no coordination of sorts, well, it might be harder than you might think if the person that is piloting makes it harder for the gunner to fire.
It's kind of annoying that the only way to do this is by entering a level and exit in order to have that option possible. I feel like they only delayed the game to add this in to fix the issue of using both screens at once, but at the same time make their own problems to add it in the pile.
But the main focus is, other than the secondary transformation, these transformations help them on land or in the air. For example, the R-Wing transforms you into a walker, which limits the flight but better use on the ground, and walk while, like any other Star Fox games, fire the weapons at the enemy.
The only vehicle that does not have a transformation is the gyro ring, in which just releases the mini robot to do many things like hacking, etc. This vehicle is used gamepad more than the other vehicles, pretty much useful grabbing bombs and hacking. Sad that you will not use it a lot as the others. After one section, it was replaced by the walker. Never heard from again. Graphics look so massive in high def. They don't look so smooth and runs very well until there was some bits of slowdown at times. Even though some people look at it to think that it's bad, I think it's more of a visual flair and helpful to avoid taking damage. But the real reason why I like this game so much is because of one thing. It screams Star Wars to me! The battles, the fast-paced action, even the walker, the sound as well makes the game feels impactful as it fits for basically any Star Fox game. The original actors themselves return to take roles of their respective characters. This is the best thing from the game I have played so far.
Except you haven't played 64. Have you?
No, I haven't. This is the best thing that came from the game I have played so far. The visuals so grasping when you take home as a pilot, and it's such breathtaking.
Agreed. So, yeah, I actually have played 64 with Star Fox. I have played I haven't played the Assault, though it's actually a pretty good game. I never really got to it because there was actually a time where you can actually play it as the character, no vehicles involved.
Really?
but sadly, I don't have the game. What I think of Zero was it is pretty well done, and I've seen a lot of changes in that game. I actually played 64, where you just go through like the multiple routes. Everyone knows that, and yeah, there's 3 routes: easy, medium, or hard, and you only go 1 route, and that's it. That's the end of the game. But with the Star Fox Zero, you can go all the planets that you never encountered. That is the interesting thing that Nintendo actually brought back. Like, hey, people can't get all the medals, and the things get harder, and it's too much. I actually did one time when I went from easy, then I actually went up from medium to hard mode, and hard mode in fighting Star Wolf is hard, incredibly hard. You can't even. It's really hard. I actually restarted like 2 or 3 times just to reach that. Try to beat them.
It's okay.
Literally, hard copy Star Fox. It was actually pretty hard. I didn't cheat like people do on Dolphin or whatsoever and Project 64. I did it hard copy. That's the hardest ones that you can get to.
Circuit.
Yeah.
What does this have to do with the presentation?
I guess I got carried away. Exponentially the greatest. Actually, yeah, I just say it's pretty well done. I actually loved it. I played it with Jamfrog. Sadly, we didn't record that, right?
I was not able to salvage it due to the
Yeah,
computer error. Or
yeah, we
more
just
like my
played it,
computer died.
Oh, wait, we were recording that?
I will post the video up there so you can understand, and everybody who else is watching it will understand.
If you are familiar to Star Fox, you know the route. Routine.
Yeah.
If not here's the rundown. After you beat the game, not only you get to play the arcade mode and the beating, it also gives you the soundtrack, the victory soundtrack, or the awesome content. But you can also go back to the game to go through the alternate routes that you've never been to in different stages, or try to find and collect every single medal or earn it. So these meals basically meet for just rewards of doing for certain tasks, like finishing off Wolf quickly, or just doing a different path, or going through a time limit or high score. Well, you don't have to finish Wolf fast, but you do have time limits.
Yeah, there is time limits.
It's like real life type the deal. The true extra are these certain skins, which gives you these sets of vehicles, which is called amiibos. If you're already a pro on this game, or want a new skin, which there's only 2 of them, sadly, Falco and Fox, these 2 amiibos unlock these 2 skins, or just get all 70 medals, which we can't show them because Jam have not even come close to getting them yet, which will be a while, as you can see.
Okay. Don't you know how long it would take me to get those medals? Sure, I could just do the easier way around and just get those 2 amiibos, but there are 2 things. 1, I like a challenge, and 2, they're probably already sold out by now.
I was only fortunate enough to actually grab one of the amiibos, a Falco amiibo to be exact, for like a unbox and showing off what the Falco amiibo does in the Star Fox game.
That's just how I am, people. Very super determined and very stubborn. And sometimes I think go. However, the greatest extra, I could say, and also the sweetest, is the memories of Satoru Iwata, the man who started Nintendo himself. Rest in peace, man.
Sayonara, Iwata-san. For my opinion of the game, for this game, is great. I love the game. I would literally play it with friends. If it's someone that doesn't know Star Fox a lot,
Hey!
just let them play with the flow, and then make them fail the most. No matter what you do, if you know someone who doesn't know the game and you know the game, have lots of trolls. Alright.
I'm starting to get good at it. Just let you know that.
That's what they all say.
Well, to my opinion, Star Fox Zero is actually a fantastic game. It's not a simple game you can pick it up on the go. It's hard. Even with gyro controls, it's really tough, especially with two different screens you're going to be focusing with the gamepad itself and the TV screen. But it's not like hard as in Dark Souls hard or bad in general. It's just one game I have to, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, get good.
Or getting over it. Hashtag reference.
When I first played it with Circuit Toshikyo, I thought I can be able to just waze on through, fly through the air, and be good at it. But when I first tried it, I'm a bad driver. So to progress through the game, I was stuck being a backseat driver throughout the entire time. Sad that we weren't able to defeat Andros together. But again, this happened to me. But when I decided to do it on myself and practice a little bit more, I was getting better and better at it. Even with all the trials and errors, I was actually getting pretty good at the game itself. If you want to practice more on the vehicles themselves, then my best option to you is take your time with it. Use the tutorial if you want to. Use like the training sections if you want to get more practice with the vehicle. You'll get better, faster at it, in fact.
Gotta go fast!
Gotta go fast! Okay. It may not be my cup of tea, but I'm pretty sure fans of the Star Fox series will definitely enjoy this one, especially with hot top shooters out there too. If you want to get these two vehicles, however, unless you want a challenge, I recommend to get the amiibos as fast as possibly you can. Well, honestly, I probably should have bought those amiibos to get those vehicles. That's what happens when you're a very thick skull.
Always get them. You can always get them on like Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're just inexperienced like I was, like I said, take your time. Learn how to control the vehicles. Use the training missions and such. And build up your skill and you'll be better at it. Simple as that.
Just sharpen up your blade and you can get through anything. Except some things are gonna be harder than it is, like metal, but I'm
Practice makes perfect.
sense.
And so that's what I want when I play any game. Jamtastic. Thank you for thank you, Sircit, for joining us, man. It's been a pleasure to do a review with you.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure too.
Check out Sircit's video. The link to his channel will be in the description down below. What he does is basically what I do: gameplay videos, and well, that's
and I give great, wonderful content. That's gonna be my catchphrase. Creating quality content.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
thanks
right.
to you, I think I have it in my brain a lot now.
So I'm really curious about what you viewers think about Star Fox Zero. Do you like the game, or do you think it needs more barrel rolls? Place your comments down below. This is Jeremiah from Jamfrog Clarify, saying stay jamtastic, have yourself a ready time!
I see it, and now it's all within my reach. Possibility. I see it now. It's always been inside of me. And now I feel so free. And there's possibility. And there's possibility. And there's possibility.
What?